I mean, this is a typical day that, most people don't see as special, right? And they don't even realize that they actually passed it. Like 99.99% of the world population that doesn't see this, unfortunately. And I just saw us coming, and it just happened to be on the weekend, on the most holiday day. So it just coincidentally happened like 2 days, right after Christmas, right? But yeah, most thing that people don't commonly celebrate for, and they don't care, and they don't, you know, they only celebrate, most people only celebrate like holidays and birthdays, and that's pretty much about it. But this is a milestone that is just uncommonly, and some people do see it, and some people are actually smart enough and realize that they just actually hit a milestone, right? Just today, and I turned 10,000 days old for the first time ever, right? 10,000 days ago from the day I recorded, hopefully I post on, it's recorded on December 27th, 2025, but some of you may view this on, some other day as usual, right? So yeah, you just have to add like 10,000 days from your birthday, and as long as you're not turning 27, and as long as you haven't passed 27, if you have not passed your 27th birthday, then you still have a chance of celebrating it if you want to, right? This is like optional and nobody's forcing you, right? So yeah, for those people who want to celebrate the 10,000 days, living in this world, if you're over the age of 27, or if you pass like 27 and a half years, then you don't have a chance, because it's likely that you already passed your 10,000 days old, right? So yeah, now we have like calculators and all that stuff, right? You can just calculate, just put your date of birth and at 10,000 days, see whether, the current day has hit it or not, right? So yeah, it's just coincidentally happened like 2 days after Christmas on this year 2025, and a few days just right before, New Year, right? So if I was born like 2 days earlier, it would happen right on Christmas. So yeah, it will be like August 9th, 1998. So yeah, but I was born on the 11th, so I missed it by like 2 days. So oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, I'll go over all my days milestone, right? People only celebrate by the year. They don't celebrate by weeks. They don't celebrate by like days or hours or whatever, right? So yeah, like you turn 1 days old, you celebrate. You turn 2 days old, you celebrate. You turn three, you turn four, whatever that is, you celebrate your birthday. People only celebrate your birthday. This is common thing because that's the exact time they were born on that date, right? So by mathematically, right? So yeah, because you turning 10,000 days old, it's not gonna fall on your birthday, never, right? And that's just things. People celebrate their decades. They celebrate their like the 20th, 30th birthdays and all that stuff, right? Their big birthdays. So those are just much bigger days, and those are like much more commonly seen, right? So I'll go over the milestone of like each days. I just go over by thousands of days, right? You know that if 1,000 days pass by, it's nearly gonna be 3 years ago. And yeah, multiply it by 10, and you can see that yeah, it's gonna be like almost 3 decades old. So but yeah, exactly how long is 1,000 days. It's only 2.7 years. Because I'm 27 and I'm living 10 times longer than 1,000 days. So yeah, it's all scripted, it's all math, right? So yeah, so 1,000 days, after I was born, I turned at exactly 1,000 days old. I cannot celebrate because I was just I was just toddler, and I was just out of my infant years. So May so let's celebrate milestone by like thousands of days. So you can do the same thing if you want to on YouTube. I don't know if people care about it or not, but I just do for the sake of fun of it. So yeah, after I go by 1,000 days, then I go by quarter by quarter, right? Oh, you're quarter way there, and then you're halfway there, then you're 3/4 way there, and then yeah, the 2,500 25, 100, days is your quarter to a 10,000, and halfway is 5,000. And of course, 3/4 is 7,500, and then the 10,000 is a full 10,000 days. So yeah. So May 7th, 2021. So just months right before 9/11. I turned 1,000 days old. So yeah. And then on February, 1st, exactly on February 1st, 2004, I turned 2,000 days old, right? And and the milestone I just hit, is like right on holidays, but I don't know if Halloween's holiday or not, but October 28th, 2006, I mean. Okay, October 28th, 2006, I turned 3,000 days old. And then, on July, 24th, 2009, I am now 4,000 days old. And then right at the halfway point, on April 19th, 2012, so you cut my age in half right on this day, then the current time will be April, 19th of 2012. I'm currently 5,000 days old. And then 6,000 days later after my day of birth, so it will be January 14th, 2015. And then another 1,000 day old, so 7,000th day I've been living. October again, October the 10th, 2017. And July, July 6th, 2020, I'm turning 8,000 days old. Just turned 8,000. And okay, the previous 1,000 days ago, so was April 2nd, 2023, turning 9,000 days old. And of course, I just turned 10,000 days. So congratulations to me, I made this far, Some people ended their life so short, they don't even, make it this far. It is what it is, man, but life is so short. I mean, I gotta celebrate, as much as I can. If I can, and if I'm available. So, yep, congrats to me making 10K. So, yeah, because the weekend now is a lot more easier for me to celebrate. Because obviously on weekend, you're having your days off. So, congrats to me. Bye-bye.